One of the biggest challenges field service organizations face is ensuring they're sending the right person to the right place at the right time. And with Dynamics 365 for field service, we're essentially transforming the way our customers work. So they can move from a very traditional reactive break-fix approach to a much more proactive, consistent service model. So to do that, we're empowered by Azure IoT and HoloLens. So let's take a look at how that works. I'm a dispatcher in a service center, and I've started to receive IoT alerts from sensors on devices in customer sites. And if you can see on screen, I've received a high severity alert. So what I want to do is jump into that and find out what potential problems we might be facing. And what we're seeing here is live IoT data from the device, and it's giving me much more information about the current state of play. And what we want to avoid is any downtime for customers. So I'm going to go ahead and manage this. Now, I have enough information that I could attempt to manage this remotely. I could send a command out from Dynamics to the application, and it would reset the motor. But in this case, I think we're going to send someone out into the field. So Dynamics 365 has intelligently created a work order for me, and within that, we're going to find all the information that we need to go ahead and complete a repair. So on here, I can see who the customer is, I can see their previous incidents, and within the bill of materials, we can see there's an 80% chance of failure in the next 100 days. And we want to act proactively. We want to avoid any downtime for customers, so we're going to go ahead and book an engineer. And within my work order, I can see all of the tasks that I actually need to complete to successfully complete that repair. But the challenge I face is that we have many different field service engineers based all around the globe, and they've got really varying skill sets. So to know who is the most appropriate engineer to send out can definitely be a challenge. And with Dynamics 365 for field service, it's going to identify the most appropriate engineer for me. And it's going to take lots of factors into consideration. It's going to take into consideration their availability and their location to minimize travel time. It's going to look at their skill set, but it's also going to consider things like customer preference and their SLA. So it's identified the most appropriate engineer for me. And what we're now going to take a look at is the experience for that engineer in the field. So changing hats, I'm now the engineer, and I'm out in the field, and I'm spending my time on customer sites completing repairs. So what I have with me is my mobile device, and I've had a notification to let me know that a new work order has been allocated to me in the field. And I jump into the work order within the application, and it gives me all of the information that I need. I can see who the customer is, I can see the priority, I can see the specific instructions for the tasks I need to complete, and I can even see which parts I might need to replace. And if I scroll down, once we've completed the work order, I can get my customer to sign off easily in the field. So as I said, I'm in the field, I'm on customer sites, signal is patchy. So fortunately, the entire application works completely offline, so I have this support no matter what the case is with the signal. So I come onto site, and as I approach my motor, I realize it's one I'm less familiar with. I work in the field every day with lots of different pieces of equipment, so it's not realistic that I'm able to repair every device without any kind of support. So I would like some support. And historically, to receive that support, I might have to call another colleague, another engineer on the phone, or maybe even get them to come out on site to help me, which is very cost ineffective. Or I might have to go into my van, find a 100-page manual, and filter through it and try and figure out how to actually solve this problem. Now, that's not very effective. So we're going to see now how with the power of HoloLens and ThingWorks by PTC, I'm going to get supported through the entire process in real time. So I'm going to pop my HoloLens on. And what we have on stage here is a second HoloLens, so you can all experience the exact same experience that I'm seeing right now. And essentially, it's a 4-step process. So the first step process is to get the HoloLens to identify the motor, and we've done that. And I'm now going to move on to the second stage. And in the second stage, I'm going to do some analysis. So I'm going to click Analyze, and it's going to bring up my IoT data. And if I turn on the motor, I'm going to get some new analytics. So what we should be able to see when I turn it on is the voltage and the current are going to update. So let's give that a try. So I now have a better understanding of how this motor is functioning, and it's now time to go ahead and complete my repair. But as I said, it's a model I'm less familiar with, so what I would like is some real-time guidance. So if I move on to step 3, and then if I switch this on, it's going to present on screen an exact demonstration of how to complete the repair. So it's going to show me the process, it's going to show me how to break the motor apart, add the new parts in, and then reassemble it to complete the repair. And I can watch this as many times as I want until I feel comfortable to actually go ahead and do it. And what's great is this is all being presented to me without having to use my hands. So I can actually get on with the repair rather than rifling through my manual while I'm doing that. So I can watch that as many times as I want, and then I can go ahead and complete the repair. And if there's any problems, I could also dial in a colleague on Skype via the HoloLens to get some support. But in this case, I feel confident that I can go ahead and complete it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to move on to step 4, and I'm going to sign that off to say that the process is complete. So using Dynamics 365 for field service, I've been able to complete my repair in half the time it would have taken previously. I've successfully avoided any downtime for my customers, and I've ultimately given them a great customer experience. Thank you.